Hello, internet. This is my DJ look. Just working on my DJ look. I have no idea what I'm doing. How is everybody this evening? Internet. I got an empty cup we're gonna move. Got a bunch of cool stickers on it. We got a Z-Pack sticker that's upside down. Supreme sticker. I have no idea what I'm doing. Chanelli sticker, Old Fusion sticker, PaintallRuinedMyLife sticker. I got a Meteor Paintball sticker, Advanced stickers on it. We got a Z-Pack sticker, Topo Design sticker. Supreme sticker. Those are all the stickers on that cup. Hope everyone's well tonight. I'm a little bit off. You're gonna bear with me for only a moment here. I gotta do a couple pop-outs on these chats to make sure that I can see you guys. Matthew. Oh, I forgot I can't. That's turned off. Matthew with a $2 super chat already. Someone said you're getting super echo. Yes, you are. Matthew. No, you're not. My bad. Thank you for whoever was looking out. We had the stream playing in multiple windows. Okay, we got pop out chats. We're almost there. Matt, thank you so much for your $2.22 donation. It's kindly appreciated. Matt made a guest appearance in the Paintball Ruined My Life gameplay video that was released 2 days ago. Tuesday night, I believe that was. I hope that is well. And I'm going to pour myself a little bit of coffee and look back here. So tonight, I don't really have a lot planned. We do have a guest, hopefully going to come on. Hopefully that works out. No one super famous. It's not like Brad Pitt or Leonardo da Vinci. Those are the only two famous people I can think of. Mainly because one has my name and the other one's dead. Okay, switching back. Okay, yeah. So, hello from Missouri. Bobby, you're in Missouri. Why are you guys in Missouri? I know there's family in Missouri. That's probably why. Look how hot that coffee is. Yeah, we're gonna change the channel. I'm gonna rename the channel of this channel. I'm gonna rename the name. We're gonna rename the name of this channel to Paintball Idled My Life. Someone just said, "You're my idol." Oh, no. You spelled idol wrong. That's what made me think of idol. Paintball Idled My Life. So anyway. Yep. What do we got to talk about around here? There was a video that came out today. I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen it yet. If you have not, you should go watch that. And we are also going to fix this super chat funkiness that's overlaying on that screen. But yeah, I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen yet. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. The video that came out today of the Exalt version 3 goggle case. Yeah, we'll go over it again real quick here if you guys want to see anything about that. Maybe anyone has questions. You got questions about a goggle case or other paintball related questions. I can answer it while I'm trying to fix this really quick. But it's not going as smoothly as I wanted it to. So here in a little bit, a couple of minutes, hopefully, we will have Kyle. I'm just calling him Kyle the Mod. Kyle Monthie will be joining us here in a moment. After I, golly, we're having all kinds of issues right here, right now. I don't know, whatever. We'll just leave that like that. I didn't like the little super chat thing that came up right there. I thought I'd turn that off. Apparently I did not. All right, whatever. We'll just let that bother me forever in the background while I do something else. Okay, fully focused now. Yeah, so if anyone today you did see the video that came out that was all about the Exalt version 3 goggle case. So if any of you are unfamiliar maybe with the Exalt goggle cases in general, Exalt do make some nice fancy goggle cases just like that. So this is the version 3. The thing that I really like about the version 3 of these things is the handle. That's one of the things that I really like, the handle. One of the things that I missed when I had my old Empire goggle case was that handle. I know it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but I just really like being able to hold it. It just makes it like easier to grab and like, it's just simpler. So I am a fan of the goggle cases. What else they do to this thing? It also made it much more rigid. So now it doesn't like smash as easier. So whereas before on the original or the second version, my mask's actually in here, so I'm not going to actually smash it. Around the outside of this, there's nothing. It's just fabric, so it smushes really easy. You can like bend it over and stuff, pretty simple. So now there is a steel wire that runs all along the interior. So like, you know, like even that, like pushing it over is way harder. So it's just way harder to smush. I like it. Corey, thank you, sir. I just wanted to one-up Matt. One sent him. Well, it's appreciated. Who is this guest? This guest will be Kyle Monthie. He is in this chat room. And I guess we might as well just have him come in. So in order for this live stream to work, or I guess I shouldn't say not the live stream to work, in order for me to have Kyle on here, we'll wait a couple minutes here, field some more questions, and then we'll have Kyle in here. So hang with me, Kyle. Let's see what Trump Tone wants to know. It still won't fit. I don't know. I don't know what that is referencing to, so I can't ask that. I can't answer that. Mm-hmm. There's a question I can answer. Yes, Brian Collins wants to know, is the inside still microfiber? Yeah, the inside's still microfiber, so just like the old, really all of them. All the Exalt cases, yeah, it's still microfiber on the inside. I also feel like, I didn't really bring this up in the review, but because this is like more rigid, so now, so like watch, I'll show a little experiment. So this is the mask that I tried to wear last week. I didn't because I screwed the lens up. We'll grab that. So one thing I've noticed is because it's a little more rigid, so the sides aren't going to flare out as much and stuff anymore because they put that wire on the inside. The mask's kind of like, this is not going to work though, watch. Masks kind of like stay in there a little better, right? So like it actually like stays in place a little more because it's more rigid. Whereas like this bad boy, because it's more flexy, now this is probably just going to stay in there as well, but yeah, it just kind of falls out. So because it's not as like rigid, it kind of like pushes it out a little more. So it's not as secure, which is cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's not like that's a big deal, but it's kind of cool. It's a nice thing to have. These headbands are cool. This is a Paintball Ruin My Life headband. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Brad, what hopper is the best for $100 price range? Spire IR. Yeah. Spire IR. Yeah, Spire IR. Spire IR. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've delayed long enough. I told Kyle I was going to call him in about 10 to 15 minutes. And since we've been killing a lot of time, we're going to call Kyle now. So Kyle, get ready. So the way we do this is we fire up the old Google Hangouts and click on Kyle, close that, and we are calling Kyle right now. Oh, I gotta put my headphones on in order for him to hear him. We also have to set this up a little bit. So there's Kyle. I don't know if you guys can actually see Kyle yet though, because We might have to reset this up really quick. We might have to add... Oh, there he is.
There I am.
So, I want to know, when Kyle talks, can you all hear him?
Mic check 1, 2.
Yeah, we should be able to hear you. So this is Kyle. Kyle's the guy who, in the Facebook group, helps put out all of your dumpster fires.
Very true.
I also wanted to make Kyle a cool little title that said Kyle the Mod. I still want to do that, so at some point we might do this. Everyone can hear him fine. So since everybody knows who I am, who are you?
Like you said, I'm the guy who just happens to put out all the dumpster fires that the internet creates. So unfortunately, I saw the comments down below. I am not Nick Sloviak, obviously. His beard is better. He has more hair. I'm not Oliver Lang. I'm sorry. I'm definitely not as good. My teammate would like to let everybody know that, yes, I am the teammate that shoots you because you are on my team. But in general, I'm just somebody who really spends way too much time, money, and effort into paintball.
I understand that. I certainly know how that goes. Mm-hmm. But Kyle's one of the first. So Kyle's one of like the. I mean, I don't like the way like I'm framed on this. Yeah, Kyle's one of the first people here.
I'm one of the
first people. You're definitely like, yeah, one of the very first people that was at least active and we'll say visible on this Paintball Ruin My Life channel. He was the commenting and like, you know, whatever. Visible, we'll say.
Trying to put out the dumpster fires before.
A bunch of people super chatting. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. We're just gonna answer super chat questions and then I don't know, I'll answer them and Kyle.
Yeah. If I have input, I'll answer.
Matt with a super chat. So we'll get to you, Matt. But first, Red Turtle Gaming. Hey, I have a question. Okay. Why should I buy a mini GS? Okay. Whoa. We lost you guys for a second there. Why should I buy a mini GS over an Azoden Blitz Evo 2? The Evo 2 is easier to clean, and the mini GS costs more, so I don't know. Well, I would say the reason that you would buy a... Super chat's down there. The reason that you would buy a mini GS is it just shoots better, right? I mean, I think that, for me, the most important thing about any of these paintball guns is reliability. So having something that just works constantly is the reason that I would buy the mini GS over the Azoden guns. And yeah, it's cheaper, sorta. I mean, the Blitz is like $249 or like $225, so it's cheaper, but it's not dramatically all that much cheaper, and it's considerably more reliable. I would ask Kyle what he thinks, but I'm gonna go with Kyle. Probably doesn't have a ton of experience with Azoden paintball guns.
I do.
Oh, well then, what's your answer?
I've never officially shot one during a game, but at the shop that I'm at way too often, I fix a lot of them.
Yeah. So mini GS Blitz.
100%.
Evo.
Mini GS. Like you said, reliability. And what's nice for me, what's nice about like the mini GS or the mini series, you actually get the fundamentals and the basics of how to fix your own stuff if something goes wrong. Versus the Azoden, which you're really not going to carry anything like that over something a little bit more advanced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that the minis too. It's like, at least that's a gun that, like the mini GS, you could keep for a very long time, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there is a substantial difference in the way that those Blitz or Blitz Evos shoot comparatively to the mini GS, and the mini GS is something you could keep for 15 years. I don't know. At least you could play tournaments with it easy. There's no reason that you couldn't play professional paintball matches with the mini GS. Sacramento Excessive did it forever with the Empire Axe, which is just a little bit better. And then Infamous did it forever with the Axe too. So the mini GS, I would say, is a very capable paintball gun.
And not for nothing, the Empire 6, I believe AC Dallas is going to be shooting that this year. I could be wrong.
Are they?
I could very well be wrong.
I could see that. And yeah, the Empire 6, that brand new higher end paintball gun from Eclipse, or I should say Empire, is really just a little bit better version. I shouldn't say a little bit. It's, well, yeah, a little bit better version of the Mini GS. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Derek wanted to know. He says, hey, I hope you're having as much fun as I assume everyone else is. Yep. Okay, thank you. I much appreciated, Derek. I think Derek, yeah. I have somewhat fun. Matt, get the ugly bald man off my TV. Well, you gotta turn it off. We did discuss earlier whether he should use some matte powder on his head so it didn't glisten. I use powder on my face. I wear makeup every single one of these videos. I got makeup on right now.
Do you really?
Yep. Not makeup, but I definitely, there's been videos where like I'm just like oily or sweaty, and like, cause sitting in front of these lights just gets hot sometimes. So I'll put like this matte powder on my face so that it like just won't, I'm not like glistening. That's all. So it doesn't look like I just got done running.
I can understand that.
So not like makeup, but I guess it is makeup. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. My head is so shiny at sometimes that like my wife will post a picture on like the internet or something like that, and all of my friends every single time is just, Kyle, can your head get any shinier? Well, I could.
It can. I'm getting there. I'm hot right now. I'm a beanie on my head.
Well, it could be the coffee.
Anyway. Well, yeah. Like that too. Let's read who says comments. So there's the definitely biggest super chat. $20. Someone says, glad to see you are playing. There we have a super chat sound. Glad to see you are playing with the EMEC gameplay for sure. It's friggin' awesome. Also, appreciate the V3 goggle case review. I prefer, Kyle and I were talking about that earlier. We prefer the term overview. Because I didn't, it's not really like a review, because I'm not like going to point out all those good and bad things. We're kind of just, here's what it is. But yeah, appreciate it much. Was debating on getting it for when the CMD comes in, and your review helped? Well, thank you. I can't say it again. Can't stay again. But I'll see the reply. Well, thank you very much. Double D 603. What was you reminded me of something. Yeah, EMEC. Dude, the EMEC is so good. Like, it's, to me with those guns, it almost feels like I don't need anything else. Like, it's just so good. Like, I go out to the paintball field and it's like, I don't know. I can't imagine a day when I want or need a high-end mechanical gun. I think it's just so good. Kyle, have you ever played with one?
I haven't played with a mechanical. I mean, like, wait, hold on. I got something for you. This is the closest thing I've ever played with a mechanical gun.
Ever, though? Like, never rented?
Yeah, well, yeah, I got the 98s and the 98 custom, because it's better. Okay. It has a double trigger.
Oh, yeah. So you never owned anything, like, good?
Nothing classic. I do want to get either an auto mag or a autococker. I'm just afraid of the autococker because you have to shoot them in a specific way. So
it's not too hard, though. Like, I feel like Carl Markowski constantly is like, I can't shoot autocockers. It's so hard. It's like, it's not that hard. I mean, I think back in the day, like 15 years ago, not even that, I mean, longer than that, 20 years ago, when stuff wasn't manufactured as well, we'll say, and the tolerances weren't as tight on these guns, the trigger pull was a lot longer and it was harder. But now I think that the guns are just made better. These trigger pulls are a lot shorter, and it doesn't take as much skill to like shoot an autococker.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you definitely have to make sure you pull the trigger all the way back and like all the way forward to work correctly.
Oh, that is one thing, and it's not on my list, but it's one thing I wanted to address. When people say open bolt versus closed bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. An
Depends on
ego is not a was it open bolt? Yeah. Or no,
which gun? The ego. Yeah.
Something that you can see the bolt move. That doesn't mean it's open bolt.
Yeah.
It's the difference of the bolt being forward and just air propelling it versus the bolt moving and the bolt always be opening. And that drives me up a wall sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the open bolt gun because I can see the bolt move. That's not what that means.
For sure. I mean, we would always like, I hate these too. These anonymous people calling me. I don't know who this is. I get like 10 phone calls a day. Yeah, like the paintball store, we'd always talk about, kids would always be like, I like the closed bolt design. But like, it's hard to, we would never correct them. I'd just be like, yup. Because they like that. I don't know. It just became a thing when all these guns started to be like spool valved and enclosed. Everybody started saying that more.
An enclosed bolt is different.
Yeah. It's like
Drop a little paintball knowledge on the chat below.
Enclosed. Yeah. What else? There's a bunch of other people that are super chatting. Matt is like one-upping Corey, which is cool. But Matt, you're young. You don't need to be wasting your money on super chats. Brian Collins, I appreciate the $1. And Matt, again, another Matt. He's Bjornex, though. Russian Legion Shocker. That's all he says.
Oh.
Cool. That's something about that.
Was that Bjornax that said that?
Yeah. Joe Beck. I appreciate the $1.99 as well. So I don't know, Matt. You said not Matt. Kyle, you said you had a couple topics you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
So first thing.
And talk amongst yourselves in the chat room too.
Oh yeah. If there's any, I can't see the chat below. So if there's anything else, Brad, fill me in. And,
Yeah.
I mean, most of the questions are going to be for you anyway.
I don't ever look at it. No, I do sometimes, I guess.
But the first thing is barrels. And it's one of the biggest misconceptions that I see. Especially like the rentals and everything. And obviously, they're not going to know. But when people say, oh, I want barrel X, Y, and Z because it has inserts and it makes my gun or marker more accurate. That's not true.
Well, what part? The insert? Just the barrel doesn't help accuracy? Like barrels in general, or like freak inserts?
You said freak inserts. I didn't.
Well, you said inserts, so they don't patent on it.
Well, Empire Super Freak. Anyway.
They hold the patent, but Key Action Sports, GI Sports, actually, I should say, it holds that barrel patent.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why the Super Freak barrel exists.
Huh. Can you put the Super Freak in a regular Freak barrel?
It's all the same.
Okay.
Identical. Like the tips and backs all screw together and inserts and everything. Except for, I mean, obviously, the Freak XL stuff. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And Kyle's frozen completely. Oh, there you go.
My back?
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Chrome that's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bring your video up to the front. Anyway, continue, sir.
So for the barrels, it's almost nothing. The barrel almost has nothing to do with accuracy. The main thing the barrel does, and I know parabolic paintball down below, and I'll get to them in a second. But if you want better accuracy, buy better paint. It's what it boils down to.
Certainly.
You're dealing with a spherical projectile, not a bullet, something that you can call rotation on to actually have the accuracy count. With a barrel, that's why you don't see home barrels with what am I thinking of?
Rifling?
Rifling, thank you. That's why you don't see rifled barrels in a paintball gun, because if you rifled a paintball barrel, you would hook the ball every time, left or right.
I don't know.
Well, because it's putting a spin on the ball, which is going to cause it to hook left or right.
Does it?
Yeah. And I got to say, as far as, so the barrel really just helps project the ball from the marker, which is why when you take the barrel off the gun, the velocity. When you take a barrel off a marker, it's just going to plop out of the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
I think like 8 inches. That's all we need for velocity.
8, or what is it?
Something. I don't know.
8.65 inches is the ideal amount.
God, that's so crazy though. At that accuracy, then we're talking about like air temperature and like humidity comes into factor. Oh, yeah. It's like crazy.
There's so many different variables when it comes to
elevation.
Oh yeah.
The dew point.
Condensation in the air.
It's true.
It's crazy. But if anyone really wants to find out more about like the actual science behind barrels and why they matter, Griffin Spanner, is a gentleman who owns and produces Parabolic barrels, Parabolic brand, specifically the Parabolic 5. It's a one-piece barrel, and I know everybody freaks out that it's a one-piece. I have a story in regards to the 5 barrel, where during a national tournament, this one right here, where I had chronoed my gun, and the ref reset his chrono twice.
Oh yeah, I've been there before.
Because he didn't. It was 291, 291, 291, and it just wouldn't move. So he thought his chrono was broken. He had somebody else chrono, and then looked at me and said, "I guess you're all right. Go ahead," and just didn't believe it. So it's the consistency and efficiency, because with efficiency you have too much air around the ball, which is causing you're wasting air. So that's one of the most common misconceptions that I kind of grind my gears.
Answer me this then.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between accuracy and consistency?
Well, consistency, you're dealing, like when you're over the chrono, like I was just telling my story, it's where you're at 291, 291, you're plus or minus, like say 5 feet per second. Versus accuracy, you're talking about tight groupings of where the balls are hitting. So that's really the main difference.
Yeah, but if you don't have velocity consistency, don't you have not accuracy?
Okay, that's a lot of science stuff that
well, you gotta think about it, right? So like if you have one that's 300 and then one that's 200, obviously the 300 goes further, but if you're trying to hit a target that 200 velocity ball can't reach, is it accuracy or not? I mean, obviously that 300 feet per second to 200 feet per second thing is a huge jump. But even like you said, right, if you had a gun that shot 300, 300, 300, 300, 300 every time, the ball goes the exact same distance every time. Mm-hmm. And that's the only way you can have accuracy. If we have a variance in velocity at all, it's not accurate.
Right. It's either going to go, say, and I'm making up numbers here, 20 feet versus 20 and a half feet.
Yeah, sure. It's like it doesn't matter if it goes left or right at all then.
Now that you're talking about distance. I'm talking about in a circle target, down left and right.
So I'm gonna answer people's super chats. We'll go back to those. I don't want to ignore people. 7. This was quite a while ago. Only like 6 minutes ago. 7 Mini Trucker says, "You found my super OG Impulse." We were trying to Impulse earlier too. While cleaning, and the wife wants to play with our friends who go. You and the Facebook group helped greatly with catching up. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm sorry I'm so bad at reading these. Well, I'm bad at reading because I'm trying to spare it like a white monitor with this bright-ass light. And I'm like, I can't like squint. I definitely appreciate it. Jimmy! Thank you. I just want to hear the super chat sound. I hope you did. I personally would prefer you not to be able to hear it right now because it keeps interrupting talking. Yeah. But I certainly appreciate Jimmy. Brian Collins, do you notice a difference in people's style of play based on region? Maybe. Or do northeast people just weird sounding to me. Do northeast people play different than West Coast? I would say maybe not so much anymore. I would say we definitely saw that 10, 15, 20 years ago. But I feel that with like the internet and people watching the webcast more and watching more of these pro players, I feel like that West Coast style of paintball, because that's where all the pros are from, is kind of caught on. Just because everybody started watching them and emulating the pro players. So I don't think there's as big of a disparity in like style of play as there used to be, but I still think there's probably a pretty good skill level gap. Like I think if we took maybe good Division 2 teams locally in Southern California and like a good D2 team in New York, maybe not New York, New York's pretty good, but like, I don't know, Vermont or Maine or something like that, the Southern California teams are going to be better. And that's probably just because they play so much more. But then again, the level of competition is considerably higher too. So
Yeah, I think
Kyle plays in that area. So Kyle plays in that other area on the other coast.
Yes. I'm in the Northeast, and I just read down in the comments below that I've never played out of the Northeast, which is true. But you will see better, more consistent players out of like the California, Texas area because you can practice year round.
Yeah, certainly.
But just want to put the Northeast on my back. And I just want to put the Northeast on my back and say we had somebody fly out from California to play with us last season, and I don't think he would catch up.
I don't know what happened.
That's all right. I'm talking to myself. It's all good. No, I was talking about as far as like California and everything, like the West Coast players versus East Coast players. Yeah, the West Coast players have more consistent practice and play time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why we see like a lot of these teams that are playing in the NXL, the first events of the year, like Vegas. We often see the teams, and especially in the pro division, you can tell. I mean, straight away, it's like, Dynasty plays all the time, and the Ironmen play all the time, and oh man, the Revo guys don't look so hot the first couple matches or whatever, just because, they haven't really played that much paintball. Whereas you're on the Ironmen, most of those guys are living in Southern California, so yeah, they're able to get, reps in constantly. I mean, those guys play multiple times a week.
I mean, we have
go outside if you're in Revo country.
Yeah, I mean, we have somebody at one of the fields I go to in my area, somebody that plays on the Ironman, that lives in the area.
Keith?
You got it.
Keith, not anymore, right?
Yeah.
Did he get cut or something?
No.
I don't want to say cut. Oh, is he still playing? I thought I saw something about him not playing with the Ironman anymore.
I don't know. I don't
know.
Talk to him every day. But I want to say, speculation, it's purely what it is I think he's actually going to get more playing time this season than he did last season.
I think he's good. I think that they just need to use his aggressiveness, I think. He seems to be that guy who's like, I want to go destroy everyone. And it's let's do that. But that's hard. Sometimes there's those guys that like, it reminds me of like other sports, like NBA players, where there's like a guy, like the team's really good, and there's always that one or two guys who is just like, go get some rebounds and just like hurt someone, you know? He's that guy. He like feels that he's a role player, maybe a good role player or something like that.
Yeah,
but
he
the
plays
Ironman,
the missile.
Who knows what the Ironman's roster is? So
nope,
I don't think they know either.
Speaking of,
I'm taking these headphones. I gotta fix something.
Okay. So what's up, chat? I'm sorry to disappoint you if you really were expecting somebody famous. I'm not famous by any means. Apparently, Brad's up to something. Hopefully, he grabs Link. That's what I'm hoping for. Nope. You okay?
Okay.
I wish I could have taken a screenshot of you looking back at the screen, because I don't know what you did with your tongue, but it was funny.
something. I'm constantly, dude. If I like concentrate, I'm like constantly sticking my tongue out. Sometimes I worry that like I'm gonna like be like shit and like bump my chin and like bite my tongue off. Like I constantly am like barely stick my tongue out when I'm concentrating on something. You were talking about barrels, so we were saying like,
Yeah,
I don't know, just that barrels might not matter as much as everybody wants to believe.
You're really not going to find, there's no statistical data that shows that barrels in paintball have anything to do with accuracy.
I would say somewhat, right? We can't say nothing, because if you're using like a 894 barrel or something like some crazy ass size, it's gonna matter. Like my 670 freak insert back there, that is only made for reball would be a bad choice. But
670?
Yeah, it says reball on the side. I don't know where they came from. I have like 2 of them that I don't know if you can buy them still, or I don't know what the deal is.
I've never played reball.
Yeah. Oh, we just had it for testing, like at the store. It was, it's a little easier than shooting paint all day long.
Have you seen the Atomic Pickle?
Yeah. I have some of that right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird. So this stuff, for people that don't know, is a reusable, 3D printed. Let's see how that thing right there. So it's squishers. It is, 3D printed, and you shoot at stuff and whatever. I don't know. The time when I used this, I put like 15 in a hopper, maybe like 15 feet away, and couldn't hit this like mannequin head. Mm-hmm. I was like, what am I going to do with this? If I can't hit stuff that's 10 feet away, like what's the point of this? So I didn't see a point of it. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
They don't catch the detents in the markers too well at all. So
that's true. They just go right past. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I don't even remember what I was shooting. I don't even know what I was using. I have no idea. Yeah, but I think barrels, like, we shouldn't say barrels don't contribute. I just think about this. We shouldn't say barrels don't contribute all to accuracy, but maybe having specific barrel brands, I think, don't matter as much. Like, I personally don't know. I've shot so many goddamn barrels, and I don't know. Like, I can honestly tell you that these are my favorite barrels. And I've said this many, many times. The Bob Long one-piece barrel off of the G6R. You can't even buy these. Or not just G6R, but they're like G6R, Victory, VCOMs, whatever. The one-piece. I love these things. I got no reason why. I just like it. I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. I just like it.
Get your hand on a Parabolic 5 and run a test through it.
My problem with parabolic barrels is I don't have any money. And I can't justify spending any money on barrels.
So that
because as you saw, I think that's what I said too. I don't know if they make all that much of a difference, and I got a whole stack of them right there.
I mean, really, when you have enough money, what that means is somebody from the chat should be super chatting to get Brad some Parabolic 5.
No, the super chats take care of rent.
So the next thing, you I think it was the last stream, because you didn't do it last week because you were sick or something.
Oh, yeah, freaking killing my headache. I don't drink enough water.
You drink too much coffee.
Yeah. Yep. Fact.
What was your opinion on paintball pants?
What do you mean?
I know you were saying something when you had me taking notes, and you were all over the place. But you said something about what is your favorite paintball pant?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that there's a lot of stuff that's out right now that I like.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
what do you look for in a paintball pant?
Oh man. Damn, I don't know. What do I want in a paintball pant personally? I mean, it's been so long since I've like thought about it. But like if I was buying pants right now, I would want them to be not big. So I definitely like this like slimmer jogger, not jogger fit, 'cause I don't want them that tight. Like like the Valken whatever pants those were. They made those jogger pants. Those were like way too tight. And then I put knee pads and slider shorts on, and it looks like it's all weird and like bulgy on my knee. Just weird looking. I like the smaller fit and lightweight. Smaller fit, lightweight, breathable. Yeah. Brian Collins, a $2 super chat. I appreciate it. For rent. Like, yeah. All this money I make off this goes to rent and car payments. Not payments, payment.
Did you ever get a new car?
Life stuff. I have a 2018 Kia Niro.
A Kia Niro.
Mm-hmm. It's like small SUV-ish hybrid-y thing. It's perfect for me.
That's fair. I know at one point you were talking about getting a Honda Civic, and I'm like, I feel like you're too big for a Honda Civic.
No.
I have a Honda Civic.
What was I talking about? You said paintball pants. Yeah, so I think when I look at pants, at least, it's I want breathability, lightweight, and fit. Fit's important to me. Fit is all, with everything I ever buy clothing-wise, fit's important. Just because I'm weird. You know, like, I'm tall and skinny, so not a lot of stuff fits me right.
So, exactly, right there. With paintball pants and specifically, wouldn't it make sense, because no one wears their pants the same way, to have pants that are made for you, not for everybody?
No.
Why?
Because it's a bad business model.
How?
Because you have to hand make every single pair of pants.
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, yeah, if we had big enough volume where you could make every single size, but there's no manufacturer in paintball that sells big enough volume in pants to make them like 33, 32, and 34, 45, or, you know, whatever. Yeah.
So don't
I know there's certainly these Kinetic KP1 pant, I think, which I've looked into recently, and I thought about, like, I don't know, I just kind of thought about them recently. I don't think it's a bad idea for the consumer, like, for me to buy them. I think that's awesome. Like, it totally makes sense from, like, me buying them, but you said as a product.
Okay. I'm talking about for the consumer.
I know. I just don't, like, I think of it differently. I think of, as a business, you can't scale. There's no scale. It's just so much harder to get bigger. Because the only thing that's going to happen is if they sell more pants, is they got to hire a person to make pants full time. And then they don't make any money because they're just paying this person to make pants to fulfill orders. Yeah. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know the business aspect of it. I know.
I don't know.
Listen, when it comes to paintball and business, leaves me out of that part. But like, just give me products that that work, and you stand by it. So I know in the last stream someone had mentioned like glides and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with glides. I think
they were good.
Everybody wears them, but I mean, I still have a pair floating around here somewhere. They're great pants. They're too loose around the ankles. For me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would agree with that. That's why I said I like that slimmer fit. And in the glide pants, to have them fit me like I want, I have to wear a medium. And then they're like this far, like I swear to God, like this far above my feet. It's like not possible. They're like in the middle of my shins. So I put the large on, and it's too big, and they're still this too short. So I put the extra large on, and they're massive. So yeah, I don't wear them. They don't fit my body. But that's kind of cool, because they're one of the short pants. Everyone else has got long ones.
How tall and lanky are you?
Well, I'm not that big. I just skinny, man. Like, I could wear a 31-inch waist or a 32-inch waist, and like, I don't know, I'm 6'4"-ish. So, yeah, all these pants are above my legs a little bit, but not too much.
So then, what do you wear when you play now?
Well, I've been wearing the Bunker King fly, like the Bunker King fly pant. I can't remember what they named that because they changed the name twice. It used to be the Bunker King Supreme fly pant, and now it was like the fly light, or I don't know.
That's fair.
My grandma's calling me.
Hi, Grandma.
You guys can probably hear my phone ringing in this chat, in the stream, certainly. Anyway, why do you ask? Oh yeah, why? Because you wanted to talk about those KP or the kinetic pants, the KP1 pants. So when they made like, I could have swore that they offered like different waist sizes, and then you can choose the length you want, right? Because then someone brought that up recently, and they were saying you could pick whichever waist size you want as well.
Yeah. So basically, what you do is you say, okay, are you a small, medium, large, extra large, or whatever? What waist size are you? And they have a chart and everything. So for me, I picked the fat option. And then
no, the fat size. I'm like, what?
I picked the extra fat.
I guess you could have.
And then all you do is just measure, like with a tape measure, the ball of your ankle up to your waist, and that's it. And I was like, all right, because I saw like a lot of people were talking about it, and I'm like, all right, I'll give them a shot, whatever. So I tried them, and I think they had a sale or something like that. And actually, yeah, it was during the holidays because I didn't think they would have it to me like anytime soon.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first things I got within like 4 days.
Yeah, because oh really? That's good because they build them. I mean, maybe they had like, if I was them, I would make popular pairs and have them ready to ship. So that might have happened. But either way, I mean, yeah, they got to make it. So for sure, I'd expect a couple weeks.
Not even. Not even. I'd say at most maybe it took a week.
Yeah, it's good, man.
And what's nice about it is there's zero lettering or anything on them. They're just black.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that Bunker King pants, I kind of like. They don't have any like crap on them. I mean, they've got some like branding on them, but at least it's black on black, so it's not like Bunker King, like huge down the leg or like some huge thing.
These guys right here.
HK. Oh, yeah, they're a huge ass HK army. But people like HK though, so that's why they buy it. So it says because it says HK on it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. They make nice stuff, but like their branding is just everywhere, and you're not paying me for branding. That's just me though.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna hit you with a couple of questions about the NXL current NXL.
Okay.
How do you feel the 5v5 format works? Like, does it work well? Not so well? Would you change anything about it?
Like, would I change just 5-man or like specifically the NXL?
Yeah, if you can change anything about the NXL, what would you change?
So funny, because I mean, I don't know. So funny, because I kind of wanted to bring this up in a. I'm not going to be able to do this. I wanted to bring this up sort of that I really think the NXL should bring the penalty box back. Like, I think that I'm kind of okay with all the rules. I don't. Yeah. I'd kind of like to see halves, and I think the MPL wants to do halves. So it's have not just like the first to 7, like will maybe be the first to 7, but there'll be like, I don't know, a 10 minutes and then like a 20-minute halftime and then 10 minutes or something like that. I'd be okay with halves again. But I really liked the penalty box. I think the penalty box added like a somewhat interesting element where you'd have to like watch the penalty box and wait for those guys to come out because they were serving that penalty, or you would try to kill off time because of the penalty. I think it just added a different like aspect to it, and I would like the penalty box to come back. And what else I would like is for people in the chat room to tell me what you would like. What stuff would you guys want the MPL, not the MPL, if you guys watch Tournament Paintball, what stuff would you like the NXL to change or maybe add? Let's see. Why'd you bring that up? Why'd you ask that?
Because I have a list of things I want to ask you.
Go for well, yeah. Why? What would you want to change?
Honestly,
I think the penalty box is the only thing that I can think of quickly, at least.
I like the idea of the penalty box. I mean, knock on wood, I've never had a penalty, so I don't know what it would be like.
I had a
the only thing I would
15-minute gross major once.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be definitely afraid of is when if the penalty has like 5 seconds left and they're just rushing out of the field and you can just see them pointing their guns at you, waiting for you to step out. Which I don't know, that brings a good flavor to it.
So that was like I had a video of this, right? So it matters how the penalty box I think is done. So like, oh, here we go. We got a piece of paper right here. We're gonna grab a pen. Okay. So I literally had a video of this with the tauntauns and like all kinds of stuff in the penalty box to demonstrate something, but I don't know how that's going to play with all this craziness going on the computer. So yeah, before the penalty box, or we've had multiple versions of this penalty box in paintball. So I think originally, I got a pen that didn't work.
I'll give you mine, but I don't know if that's possible yet.
Okay, we got a Sharpie. This one should work. Okay, so originally when we had the penalty box in the PSP, it started like this, right? And you had the penalty box. Bam. So it was a net. So that's all net, and that was like a little flap in the net that opened up. So you had to run out the front right here. Like you had to. So guys could just shoot at this one spot. They'd just be like, and just hammer paint into that zone. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. Penalty box. That's what it used to look like. And then the PSP, God, they had two variations, but it's kind of the same thing. So originally, and then the most recent version, they just had a big, huge wall bunker. So it was just a square, and it was really tall. It was like the size of a stand-up. So it was just kind of like a big thing they put in back center. What was cool about this version, though, right? I don't even know if you guys can see this in the chat. What was cool is you could run out of both sides. So you could be in the penalty box, standing right there, and you could go out this side, or you could go out the other side. So like for Kyle, I don't even know if you can see me. You could go out both sides of the penalty box. So you didn't really know as much where guys were going to come from, right? They could come out either side of it. And then they used to have one where you could come out both sides or come out the center. And you didn't really know. So if you were somebody on the other team and everyone was like, oh, the penalty's expiring, and that guy was going to come out of the penalty box, you had 3 spots you had to shoot at, and you didn't really know which side he was coming out of. Yeah.
So which penalty box would you choose?
Oh, I don't know. I think that the one with probably the most options. So I kind of like how you could come out the center and both sides. I think that they'd have to maybe figure that out and maybe rebuild that. But I was a fan. Yeah, I liked that.
I like it. I had it now.
Penalty box.
I've only played tournament paintball, traditional ball. I mean, I messed around in the woods once I'm on my last like 3 or 4 pods or whatever. But I think the NXL should have a league or a class for MagFed.
Yeah.
Because you're missing a huge market when it comes to that.
For sure.
But that's why I like the ICC.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, at the NXL tournaments, though? What would it be? I mean, it can't be obviously, NXL ramping. 5-man. So, like, what would a format be?
That's for people who get paid to do it. I just think with leaving out MagFed, you're losing an opportunity and a big portion of the market that way. What else?
Maybe they just do like NXL tactical or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I just think they're missing a big portion of the market, and that's just me. If you guys feel differently, let me know, or let Brad know down below.
I know I'm not really paying much attention.
What else? Oh, here's one for you. So you know how everybody always talks about who, and I know you're going to say, who's the best Snake player right now?
Who am I gonna say?
Alex Goldman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he is, right?
I'm not doubting that at all. Here's the harder question. Who are the top 3 snake players in the league right now?
Mouse, Keith. I don't know. I'd have to look at the teams, honestly. I'd have to just look at team lists. I mean, I just choose like Chad George.
Kyle Spica?
Easy. No.
Really?
Chad is fucking killing it last year.
That's true.
Yeah,
Ryan Moorhead?
No, because Ryan's like not a snake player. You know, he's like a go over here, kind of like wherever. But yeah, he plays snake for sure. But I mean, definitely Alex Goldman, Keith Brown, and I mean Chad George are better. They're better than he is. Brian Moorhead. Yeah, for sure.
Would you put Chad George below Keith Brown?
Probably not. No. I don't think so.
All right. Here's the harder question. Top 3 Dorito side players.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's the problem, though, right? Like, that's not my fault. I feel like it's not my fault for not knowing that. It's not anyone's fault for not knowing that. It's the NXL's fault. We don't know that.
Their camera focus is too much on snake side.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, the only way I know of good Dorito players is when, like, Matt Marshall tells me the guy did a good job. I'm like, okay, I will believe you.
Or they have to market themselves in a different way.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's what, like, so Sloviak was, last time Nick Sloviak was in this chat, and I was saying, Nick Sloviak, the only reason Nick Sloviak's popular is because he's on the internet and he, like, tries. He's not popular because he's good at paintball. Because Nick is average. Well, he's above average, but he's not, like, superstar. He's not popular like Chad George because Chad George is just super good. He's popular because he like tries to be out there and like interact with people.
I will say too, Nick Sloviak was rated the nicest player in professional paintball.
Who did this ranking?
That was a bunch of pros that got together. I'm sure they were drinking or something, and not coffee. They were drinking, and they were like, "Who's the nicest person in paintball?" I'm sure that conversation sounded completely different. But I will say, like, I've had conversations with Sloviak, Corey Field, Josh Pike from Revo. Yeah. I've talked to all of them, and they are all consistent. None of them have an ego at the marker.
I feel like California is different. I feel like if we think about most of the people that people don't like in paintball, or like most of the guys who are come off as dicks or just not nice, I think most of them are from California.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like,
Texas.
I forgot why. I don't know why I messaged any of them in the first place. Because I believe you me, none of them reached out to me first.
Me too. Me too.
But like, they just like, especially, and I'm gonna shout out to Corey Field because that man will like just shoot facts and like genuinely keep a conversation. It's like kind of weird. Pros talking to me, no big deal.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I am so bad at replying to people on the internet.
That is the understatement of the year.
I just don't care.
Oh, thanks.
Like, not that I don't care. Like, I just don't want to sit down in front of a computer and talk to somebody. You know, like, I just don't. Because I feel like if I get in these conversations, I'm going to be talking to fucking people all day goddamn long. On, like, Facebook Messenger and Instagram direct messaging and mentions on Twitter and direct messages on Twitter. It feels like it's never ending. That's why I don't like it. I could constantly be talking to someone on the internet about paintball stuff.
Oh, I bet. That's what you get for being.
That's why I don't like it. Yeah, I'm complaining, but like not really. Miguel, you super chatted earlier, and I totally lost your super chat. And it would have been so long. I was like, we'll skip past it. Miguel, I'm sorry. You did 2 separate times for a total of $4, though. Your first super chat question was prescription lenses to replace glasses. Who called? To replace glasses. Who called? I don't remember that. We'll talk about. I don't know. prescription lenses. First super chat got missed. My others didn't. Your other didn't show. I don't know.
Translator.
Well, I definitely saw that last one. Prescription lenses for paintball masks. I honestly, 5-6 years ago, I could have been like, it's stupid. It's never going to happen. I would have said, like, it can't. Like, it can't. But I still don't think that our lens technology can make lenses for glasses, for paintball masks. So you should look at how they make eyeglass lenses, and then you might understand why they don't make prescription lenses for paintball masks. They start out with like a big, huge piece of glass or acrylic that's like epoxied together, and then they like hone out a lens. It's insane. And to be able to do that on a paintball mask, I mean, the thing would be like huge. It'd be insane. So I don't think that we'll be doing it anytime soon on paintball masks. Although
it would be safe to be shot at.
Well, we don't know. I mean, you could just make it out of the same material. Well, no, it'd have to be even crazier material. I don't know. Anyway, so Chris Teal, go by Teals. He's not in here. He's never coming here anymore. Jake from NorCal's in here.
Speaking of Teals, pro players, Jake from NorCal, best in the league.
Jake he's all right. Teals, Chris, he actually found a product. I can't tell you. I'm just blanking on what it is or whatever. But it's actually made for like all kinds of other eyeglass, or all kinds of other things that would have lenses that you need to wear glasses on. So like welding helmets, they're made for. They're made for like skiing goggles and all these things. And there's just this one style lens that like clips onto stuff. And he like made it work with his paintball mask. This is not helping at all. I'm probably confusing people more, but there's definitely some sort of eyeglass thing out there that works really well.
Sounds like a show and not tell it kind of thing.
Because Jake wears glasses. But I know a lot of people, it sucks to wear glasses in paintball, but just get contacts. I mean, I don't know. The answer is like LASIK surgery.
That sounds real expensive.
But man, it's got to be worth it. It's just not have to wear glasses and contacts anymore. I understand it's like $5,000 and shit sometimes, but it's got to be worth it.
All right.
I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
If you had your choice, current or past, for an all-star 5 lineup, who would it be?
Gosh. Jesus. I don't know. What are we playing?
5-man.
Like just regular X-ball?
Yeah.
The current format?
Yep.
So it's going to be all new people. Alex Goldman? It's just going to be the 5 best people, I think, in the league. Alex Goldman? Archie?
Okay.
I don't know. J-Rab.
Okay.
It's hard, though, because I'm just picking, like, people that are good now, though. Because then I'm like, man, it'd probably just be, like, if I could pick, like, let's say if I could pick a 5 best people, like, in their prime.
Yes.
I'll do that. That's kind of cooler. Seriously, it'd probably be, like, Fedorov, Mishka, Sergey, Brindakov.
And Malloy?
Yeah. Brindakov, I think, is the best player ever. And then I don't know who the 5th person would be. Like, whoever. I think when those guys were all good, like when they were Art Chaos in like 2014, like those dudes were legit.
For sale, let me know.
They were so good. Like the stuff that Bridnikov does, like blows my mind. Like I still remember when I was watching, I can't remember which Millennium event, but he was in Snake 1. And the guy in back center, or close to back center's gun was, or no. So Bridnikov was in Snake 1, and then they had a player.
Gun went down
like,
and he ran.
Yeah, fucking
and then
crazy.
Back.
So like he's in Snake 1, his gun goes down, he gets up out of the bunker and like runs back to another player, takes their gun, and then like goes back to the snake and then like shoots 3 people. It's like, what the hell? He like literally got there and like got the guy's gun and was like bang bang and then like ran a guy down. It's like, what in the hell just happened? It's always, though. And there's like another Millennium event. He was in the Snake one. There was an opponent in Snake one, and he like knew that he was going to come bunker him. So he got out of the bunker and then was on the inside and was like running backwards shooting at the guy, and he shot him. I'm like, what the hell? He just does the craziest things. I just can't imagine it. It just blows me away. I would, probably all 5 Russians. I mean, why not? Like,
That
I don't know.
I would go Alex Goldman,
Yeah.
Oliver Lang, Chris Lasoya.
Yeah.
Who else? I would say Archie. And then...
It's hard, though.
It is.
That's why I say, like, at this format. Because, like, all those people were good, but I don't think Chris was that good.
And Matty Marshall, because I want him to give the speeches because he has the greatest voice of all time.
You just encourage everybody. Oh man, what video was I watching recently? Oh yeah, the Pevolution, the Eclipse video, when Maddie was like talking about, oh yeah, the excessive guys. We all got these brand new Eclipse guns, and it kind of sucked because I had to use an autococker still or something like that. He was like, I was super jealous. I didn't want to shoot an autococker. I was like, damn, that's hella funny because everyone knew him for using a carnivore. Like he had the carnivore, and everyone was using these Eclipse guns. I was like,
did he have a black and yellow one?
Yeah, he was for sure black and yellow carnivore. Will with a $2 super chat. What do you think about the Stealth 160R? The price. I don't even know what the price of a 160R is anymore. So,
if it's new or used, that matters.
Well, that's very true. That's going to dictate the price dramatically. Well, either way, it doesn't even matter the price. So, I think if it's a used gun, whatever. It's kind of hard without the price too. But if I think it's a used gun. I think it's used, go buy it. If it's priced well. If it's not, and you're looking to buy a brand new gun, and you're looking at the Stealth, I would not buy it, and I would wait a couple weeks. Yep.
That's true.
I would because we know that there's a brand new Planet Eclipse gun coming out, and I would assume it's coming out at Paintball Extravaganza that's happening in like 3 weeks or whatever it is in February at some point. So I would wait a little bit just to see what happens. And I think most of the time people that are looking at buying equipment right now, it is the winter too. So you're probably not, you probably don't have a big event coming up tomorrow maybe. So you might have a little bit of time to wait to see what they do come out with. And at least we'll see it by then. So you could be like, I don't like it, or it's too expensive, or, whatever. At least you know what that new product is, so that when you're buying the old one, you do know what's coming. It's not like, I just bought this and they released a new one and you get all upset. Yeah. So I would probably wait. Just to kind of see what happens.
Solid shooters.
Feel it out. But they're awesome. Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's an amazing gun. So it's not like it's bad. It's for sure one of the better guns you can buy. But since they're coming out with that new one, I would just wait a little bit and see what happens. Yep. Pretty much.
I'm just waiting for the LV2.
Yeah. I'll just tell you.
I've tried to pry information and I got nothing.
I might. Yeah. I mean, everyone always asks me stuff. So if I ever know anything secret, I'm never telling anyone. So we'll just put that out there. If it's not on the internet, I can't tell you.
Oh, but if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Well, if it's on the internet, then my NDAs don't matter anymore. We'll just say that. So if it's public knowledge, I can talk about it. But if it's not public knowledge, there's things I can't talk about. Not the LV2. I actually don't have any NDAs signed right now, so I can talk about anything. But that's how they work. But even if I knew, even if I was talking to Planet Eclipse and they dropped little hints about something coming up, I probably wouldn't say anything, just because I don't want to piss people off. Because they definitely tell us stuff all the time they don't want people knowing.
Have you seen what Corey Field has been posting about the Adrenaline Shocker?
Nope. I know that I'm very confused about the pricing. I saw like a $500 serial number thing you could buy on their website, and I was like, I don't get it. Do you pay $500 just for the serial number?
Yes.
That's stupid. You lost me. I'm already don't care. I mean, like if you and like they had a package. They had like one that was like $1,500 or something like that for an XLS, and I'm like, aren't they like $800? I'm like, why? How's it going to be that much different?
Well, they released a lot of stuff like different milling. This is milled out.
But really, I mean, I could buy 2 of them. I mean, I get the like $400 more or like whatever, but it's like almost double the price of a regular gun, and it seems weird to me to like sell serial numbers. Like, I don't like that.
I wanted to take up the price though.
The what?
If you like, say if you buy it for if it's listed at $1,500 and you buy the serial number for $500.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how that works. Is it $2,000 or is it just like your spot in line? I didn't really investigate that much. It just was confusing to me.
I wasn't invited to that party.
It shouldn't be confusing though. But it is. I don't know. I always like the adrenaline guns too. It's not like I like dislike them or whatever. Like I owned 2 Adrenaline Angel LCDs and would love to have one now. So yeah, I trying to find pictures of that thing. I had a Lifesaver Adrenaline LCD. It was so cool.
What color
was it? Like Lifesaver. So it was like yellow to orange to green to whatever, all the Lifesaver like rainbow colors. It was cool.
That's too bright for me.
Yeah. It was really sweet. It's like you look up the they're hard to find pictures of the adrenaline guns, but it's the same like the Evolution autocockers. They did that the Bell Sales Evolutions, they did that like cool tri-fade. Anyway, we're running stagnant.
I was told to check Keith DeVitt's Instagram.
Cause I swear that I saw like something about like he said something about like
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's
Playing Eclipse gun predictions. Yeah, Renee asked playing Eclipse gun predictions. Yeah, I kept saying they got a new gun coming out or whatever, but they do, and it's really just the 170R. We're gonna call it. So it's likely just going to be a replacement to the 160R. It's kind of why I was like, you might want to wait a little bit just to see what happens. We might be getting a new version of that 160R. I don't know. Oh, Eddie, I totally forgot to get a hold of you yesterday. I need to know if you have a Empire 6. Yeah, I didn't. Forgot to get a hold of you. I was gonna see how many that you guys had at the store. God damn it, Eddie distracts me all the time. What was I talking about? I don't know.
Empire 6, Keith DeVitt.
Oh yeah, 170R. So yeah, we just think that the 160R, will probably go away, and they'll have the 170R. I don't know how much different it'll be though. I think they're just going to modernize it. Pretty sure. I haven't gotten like a confirmed yes or no or whatever, but
where did the name come from?
No idea.
Okay.
Just like the CS1, it doesn't stand for anything.
Really? I never thought about that.
Yeah, but it doesn't stand for anything. They just sounded cool. Apparently, I mean that's what because when I asked, that's what I was told.
Branding.
I was like, okay. 170. I don't even know what the R part is either, right? Like, what are they?
Reliability. I don't know. Surprised it's not the one.
The race version.
160R.5.
Hey, you never know, right? Don't put it past Clips. They love those .5s.
Yep. I got one sitting in my gear bag right now.
I have never owned one.
You've owned a .5.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was thinking 160Rs.
Have you ever shot one though?
A 160R?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've shot quite a few, and I think they all shoot different. But I kind of equate that to just different owners too. Like they're all just different people's guns. So one guy could have crazy greased it, and the other person could have not done it in a month, which could be a long time. Anyway, what questions do we have? So Corey says the CS stands for Club Sport. What?
Doubt it.
I don't know what that means. Corey knows what's up though. He's not totally random. He's not just user 481264. Some random person.
So apparently Keith DeVitt is no longer on Iron Man.
So Keith is no longer on Iron Man. I kind of thought so. I was like, man, I could have swore I could have swore I read some post that was like, something, I don't know. He said something that was kind of like.
I got one for you. What do we need to bring back the Dirter short bus?
I mean, money. You're gonna get real answers out of me. Money, because no one's really going to pay for it, and no one's going to do it for free.
True.
But I don't know, because I mean, we got to think that Dirter did it. So why couldn't? I mean, all those people are still around. I mean, really, it's Todd. So why Todd doesn't do it for Raza and brand it Raza and just make content for Raza to promote his brand? I don't know. There's a bit of advertising marketing advice for Raza. Todd should make short buzz videos.
Going back and watching those it is the most entertaining thing to do in your bathtub.
I like in your downtime?
Yeah.
Okay, so bath time for a second.
No, downtime.
You're like, I was sitting there taking a bath, just watching short buzz videos. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't fit in baths.
I don't know if you could
unfortunately, I literally don't. Like a normal bath, like in a bathroom, literally, fuck, it sucks. My knees are like all up in my chest and shit. I'm like taking a bath, like, yeah, this is great. Like my waist down. There's no reason he couldn't do short bus videos. Like it's actually a very good idea. Like I thought about, I wanted to do like a NXL blooper videos thing, and I thought about me talking, and I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not like funny like that.
I'm telling you.
So I thought about just leaving in the regular audio or something.
No,
he could. Yeah. There's no reason he couldn't do it.
The best is when you had Todd Martinez going above and beyond, like extra, just to make someone feel like an idiot.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, dude, he's great. Like I said, some video recently too. I think the HK Pro Tour video. I talked about how I feel like we are lucky that we have Todd Martinez, and I feel like Todd in the webcast does a phenomenal job. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. Like he does so good sometimes. I just wish they could pay him full time to like just do that or whatever instead of coaching. Spencer, thoughts on LVs? We don't want to talk about that. Oliver Lang uses the LV. Why is he asking about this?
Mm-hmm. Oliver Lang is not using an LV. He's partial owner in Field 1.
That is true. No, he used Oliver. Oliver always used LV ones though when Planet Eclipse, when they were like sponsored by Eclipse.
He did, yes. But when Field 1 bought Bob Long out, he's partial owner.
Did he even play for the team then? I know Oliver owns part of Field 1, but I don't... Did he even play with the team? I don't even remember.
I don't know when he dropped out.
Field 1's been around for like 8 years now, and they have a barrel kit. I don't want to like talk shit about Field 1, but I can't imagine, dude. Imagine trying to build a paintball gun.
Apparently they've been working on the Field 1 Force for years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were supposed to have it at Extravaganza 2015. Oh, they were supposed to have the Force at World Cup in 2017. Because they had it at Extravaganza, or they had the files at Extravaganza, and they were showing it off, and then they were supposed to have it at World Cup that year.
The only thing that I saw that was interesting about it was that the foregrip had the battery in it, but you could rotate it.
Oh yeah.
So you
That
could
was
turn
right.
it if it was an angle or if it was angled out like an ice.
Yeah, you could like adjust it so it's like
Yeah.
45-degree angle or 15, not 45.
hmm
You'd be like,
What is your favorite format of paintball to play?
you know what? Honestly, like, if we were to go, if everyone was like, do whatever you want, it probably would be 10-man woods ball with like good people. Dude, it is so fun. Like, there is nothing like all those tournament people, but in the woods. Like, I don't know why. It's just like the games are like more drawn out and there's like more people and like your moves count more and like it's just more intense to me. I really like it. And but it can't be like woods ball with 10 rental players. It's got to be like serious and there's like communication and like it's so much fun. It really is. Yeah, that's what it would be.
I'm telling you, me, the other mods, whoever can afford it down below, let's all go to ICC and start a team. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's do it. And just plaster Paintball Ruin My Life everywhere.
I gotta look into it. Because I do want to go to Vegas, and then I want to try to go to a Millennium this year. So I want to try to go to the last Millennium event.
Millennium doesn't exist anymore.
Or whatever, NXL Europe. I say Millennium all the time still. Yeah, because I was talking to friend Randy this week too, and he said he wanted to go. So I would like to go to Paris and then Amsterdam afterwards.
I wouldn't mind traveling internationally. There's no reason why I want to spend thousands and thousands for one tournament. That's just me, though.
I don't know. It matter, right? Like I don't want to just go play Chicago NXL. Like, okay. But I'd pay that money to go play in Barcelona.
Well, if you double it, maybe, yeah, that's what you're saying.
No, it's like the same. It really is. Like, it might be if you're just going by yourself, like say you just want to go watch the NXL, it's for sure cheaper to go to the US. But if you have 10 people or like 8 people, whatever, how many people you have out of 5-man people? However many people you need for 5-man. Say you just go with 6 or maybe you take 9 or whatever. The entry is so much cheaper that it like works out to be the same price. Cuz the entry's like $1,500 less.
Wow.
So like even though prices for like hotels are hotels are about the same, like rental cars are the same, food's the same, like everything's the same price realistically. It's just that plane flight. But it works out because the entry's so much cheaper.
That's true.
And it's limited paint. It really does. We figured it out one year where it's like it works out to be about $1,000 a person to go play the NXL, and it's about $1,000 to play Europe.
I mean, realistically, that's not terrible.
It's really not that bad. Like, it sounds like, oh, it's Europe, it's so far away, but it's like you can get plane flights to like Paris for like $500. Like that's not. It's like the same price as flying to Florida for me.
I am just getting roasted in the comments below, by the way.
It's okay. I don't know. Oh, there's Teals. We were just talking about you. We were talking about. I was trying to tell someone about your glasses. About like what glasses? About like your. I think that was you. About you set up those spectacles inside your mask. Yeah. Kyle's ugly.
I'm just getting roasted in the comments below. It's all good. I know who doctoring is. I know who Black Fire is.
Yeah. Frame inserts. So they were like some sort of frame inserts. That person's probably long gone right now. Kyle spent $600 on a headband. But he won't play in a tournament. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. That's true, though.
Yeah. Welcome, my friend.
I'm with you, though. Like, I'm like that. I'm like, oh, it's 50 cents more, but I'll spend like crazy money on something else.
I mean,
not really though. I don't really buy expensive things. I used to. I have expensive camera stuff that no one wants to use. Yeah.
All of that is
Headbands. I really don't have any of those old Gucci headbands I made. I might. So what's funny is I made Burberry ones and I made Gucci ones, and with that Gucci material, what's funny is you could flip it over. So like if you had the reverse, or like if you actually unsewn it and you saw the back side of that front piece of fabric, it's the same pattern, just a different color. So you can like reverse it and have different color headbands.
really.
Yeah. I mean, that's how all that like stitch works. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find something.
Waiting. Doctoring, yes, it is a Charm City Gucci. What's up, Johnny? Joe Beck, respect the ball people. Respect the ball people. I appreciate you, man. We look out for each other.
So when I was making, like back in the day, when I was making headbands, like Gucci headbands and like cool headbands back in like 2002, I would like to say I started the Gucci headband movement, but you know. That is a Burberry headband that was part of all those other headbands that I sold. So I don't actually have any old the headbands that I sold. But this is crazy that I still have this. I don't think I ever wore this. So, yeah.
Listen, I won't be mad if that ended up in my mailbox. Just saying.
I'm never getting rid of this.
It was worth a shot.
It's like the only one I have from when I, it's like, man.
Listen, at least
I could probably pinpoint the ones I've made. I bet if I held some of the headbands out there that are the Gucci ones, I bet I could be like, I made that one. Like when I went around Sacramento, when I see people with those on, I'm always like, I always wonder like where they got it from.
Brad, let me ask you a question. Have you ever shot one of your own teammates on accident?
Yeah, like a teammate shot me in the back last week when I was playing. Some kid shooting a hyperball tube right next to me, and I was looking at him. I'm like, you're going to shoot me, right? He was literally like 20 feet away, and he's like, he was like saying something, and I'm like, you're going to shoot me. And he kept doing it, and it was like, okay. I turned around and was like, whack right in the shoulder. I was like, yep. It was funny. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, one of the guys in the chat is one of my teammates. By the way, shout out Fairfield Chaos 3, man. What's up? We were playing, and someone was going to run him down. I was in the snake corner, and he was in the D3. My teammate was in the D3. He went there off break, and their D-side player decided just to run down the field off break, round the corner, and just kept going.
Oh, yeah. That's a three-man move.
But mind you, there was like 8 people on the field because we were just trying to get rid of paint. And I was shooting inside, and I saw him, so I was continuing to shoot, and I just turned, and my buddy Trevor got blasted a little bit right in the...
It's all right. I shot Jason Billington. I haven't seen Jason in a couple of years. PSP Orlando, 2004. That's when they used to have 2 Florida events. I shot Jason in the back off the break. We were both in back center, and I don't know what the hell happened. I shot him in the back, and we just leaned forward. I just leaned forward a little bit and was we were both shooting right or something like that, and I was just wiping his shoulder down with my forearm. It was pretty funny. We were both busted up laughing. It was pretty good. We got away with it totally. And then that was I think maybe the same tournament where we became friends with the refs, and we got the refs to pull penalties on the other teams. Just because.
You wouldn't do that. You can't do that anymore.
Oh yeah, you could. You could be friends with the ref and be like, hey, just pull some penalties on their team for us. Why not?
I wish that would work. I mean, don't get me wrong. According to this whole chat, I don't play tournaments, so.
I don't.
I do.
For sure am not. I play tournaments maybe once every 7 years.
Jake from NorCal says, Todd Adamson bunkered me at the Bay City Classic. I was the photographer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that story. I remember Jake telling that story, but I can't remember exactly what happened. I definitely remember hearing about that.
That's great.
He got shot a bunch.
Oh, you want to hear another great idea? It's nothing like the custom anno marker I was telling you about. Uh, it's so there's another person in the chat, Chris Emerson. Shout out Chris Emerson. There's a running joke at our field that we get shut off the break a
Chris
lot.
Emerson. So is Chris Emerson from? Does you know Chris Emerson?
Yeah.
It's a different Chris Emerson then. I know a Chris Emerson that used to play paintball.
Oh no, he currently does. Well, he says he's going to retire all the time. But anyway, so there's an ongoing joke that we're always getting shot off the break, or we're always the first one to die, or whatever. So it's always fire Emerson, fire Monthie, all the time. Made a joke, and we're gonna get jerseys made as long as he's still down. We're making a team called Fire One, and it's just gonna be
sure.
Fire Monthie, Fire Emerson on the back with number 01. I thought that was hilarious.
God, there was a team that was like, that just reminded me of a team name that was local here. Damn it. It was called like, they were like Ball 1 or like Ball 3, I don't know, something like that. And they were like a 3-man team, and it was like just making fun of how bad they were. So the first team I was on, we were called the Grease Monkeys. Because it was two brothers, and the first tournament they played in was a 2-man, and they wore like coveralls, and they looked like mechanics. So they got the team name Grease Monkeys. Somehow.
I want to put something up in the
Stuck with it.
I want to know what everybody's team name is. Actually, in the chat, let me know what your team name is. I'm curious.
If anyone replies, most people are like, I'm on a team.
Apparently, there's a bunch of arguments going on back and forth. See, this is what happens when I'm not there to put out the fires. Jake, I know you got me, bud.
Jake's there pretending. Pretending to do
Great.
something.
Team Hellfire, I like that.
Man. I haven't been on a lot of paintball teams.
Syndicate Assassins, New York. Where in New York do you play?
This is the problem with the chat.
Oh, yeah, OG Smokey. Listen, anybody that's knocking on me, either they know me or they don't care, and it doesn't bother me at all, so go for it.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Whatever.
Random person on the internet.
Yeah. Oh, Long Island. Kenneth, in Long Island, you play at High Buy? And Chris Emerson, the Kyle Monthie fan club. Listen, if you guys want in, man, there's an opening for president. And I think I hear
President, secretary, treasury. It's all available.
Yep, all of it's available. Anybody who wants it, absolutely.
That's funny.
Okay, Trevor Kitt, another one of my teammates, decides to say that our team name is Off Constantly. We lose every game on purpose, so it says Dynasty beats Off Constantly.
Oh, remember, wasn't there... no one's probably going to remember this. This was a very small story, maybe 8 years ago. There was a team that tried to name themselves Dynasty. They were like... oh, man. They were like San Diego Dynasty. And they were like in Kentucky.
What?
I can't remember. But the team, they weren't from San Diego. They were like saying the team name is like San Diego Dynasty. You know what I mean? Like, the team name's not Dynasty. The team name is San Diego Dynasty.
That's crazy.
But it was like some kids or something, and they were like, "What's wrong with?" They like didn't. I don't remember. It was very weird.
That's great. I feel like they pay way too much for jerseys, though. Just because.
Eddie, there's Eddie with rodents thing. Eddie,
pod cleaners. The anti-Kyle Monthie club. I appreciate you guys.
I need to figure out if Eddie has an Empire 6. We'll figure that out later. Anyway.
Oh, that's true. Doctoring brought up a good one. There was an NXL team name. I think it was a 10-man, but I could be wrong. The name of the team was, if you or a loved one has been affected by mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation. That's
good. Crazy. They're like the team name's too long. We can't put it in the system. They're like, just make an abbreviation. It's like Just a bunch of fucking
Even
letters.
that's
Like,
way too long.
what? Like, huh?
Way too long.
That's good. There's always funny 10-man team names. Sometimes it's ridiculous, though. Sometimes it's just like...
Oh,
not
another
even
good
funny.
one. Oh, yeah. Well, another good
just
one
like,
that's at
what?
my team, that's at the field I play at, is Space Force. That's a good one. And
Oh, I saw... Did they make jerseys?
yes, they had
I think I saw the jerseys.
Power Ranger jerseys.
I
That was
swear I saw
that
the
was
jerseys.
awesome. I don't know
That's
who
good.
thought of that, but kudos to you.
I was never on any cool teams. We always had, like, serious names.
Yeah, paintball's not that serious.
No.
No.
But it is weird when some of these pro teams... Like, what the hell is 187 Crew?
Oh, that's the area code for where they're from in Upton, Massachusetts.
Okay, like, I get it. But, like, as a pro team, it's just kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
I hear you.
Huh? Or, like, I don't know. There's just a bunch of weird... Not so many weird pro teams, but it's like a lot of the pro teams that we have right now were kind of made as pro teams, you know? So they have, like, normal names. Like Dynasty and Heat and Aftermath and, like, you know, like all these cool names. But, like, it's funny when these, like, random teams come up, like 187. Like, what the hell is 187?
Random.
It's just weird.
I mean,
it's just that weird
really,
team name.
Yeah, really, you have. I mean, it's the Revo crew now, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
The only person they're missing is Nick Laval, which I doubt he's ever leaving Impact.
Well, as soon as they decide not to pay him, he'll leave. I'm curious. I want to see. I'm not. Why am I blanking on?
Oh, 187 is code for murder. Sorry, my apologies.
Oh well, yeah, for sure. It's they're like, and that's why they had murder written all over everything. Remember they had the gun that said like murder on the side of it or whatever.
Oh, that's a good point.
Remember all that stuff? I forgot. I didn't even think about. I know 187 means obviously. That's why police code for like homicide or some nonsense. I can't remember all the like NXL team names. I'm like blanking on all the team names. Are there any like other weird? I'm trying to pull up the APPA, but my computer's not designed to run all this stuff. I thought about building a streaming computer at one point. I was gonna like build this crazy server and like mount it under this table, like a dual.
You're talking about thousands.
Well, I was gonna build like this like server deal, so I was gonna buy like old server parts and like have an actual like dual CPU server. Anyway, yeah, I didn't do it. I still want to, because I would like to be able to stream and like this to work better, but my computer is somewhat limiting in how all this stuff. So what other weird team names are there? I guess there aren't. Yeah, I was trying to think. I guess there really aren't any. I mean, they're fairly normal. Like, I don't know what AC Dallas is. What the hell does AC stand for?
When I first came back to the sport, I thought AC Dallas was Atlantic City. I'm not gonna lie, and that was for a solid 10 seconds. I was like, oh wait, no, Dallas.
You're like Atlantic City, Dallas.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a mixed team. Half of them are Atlantic City. The ML Kings, but ML stands for, I don't know, it stands for the city for wherever in Prague they're actually from. Well, they're not actually from Prague, so that's why they're not Prague Kings. Anyway. Yeah, nothing too weird. Outlaws, that's okay. Yeah, okay. DMG, that's a little weird. We got some weird news. DMG stands, well, does it stand for Dedication Makes Greatness? Does it?
I believe that's their phrase. I could be wrong though.
So originally it was Damage. I mean, when I was on the team, like OG, it was Sacramento Damage. And it was cool. We had actual, like, the Damage logo, but it said Sacramento on it. It was cool. That's when it was actually, we were affiliated with Damage. And then I quit, like, a week later or something. Anyway, and then it became DMG. So when Dave Baines left Tampa Bay Damage, it was going to be weird for Dave to own a team that was affiliated with Damage. So rather than like full on rename it, they just take the vowels out. It becomes DMG. But it was originally Dave Makes Gear. Yep. And that was going to be the new brand, Dave Makes Gear. And then they realized that was dumb. So became Dedication Makes Greatness, which is
wow,
also kind of lame, personally.
So I have a question. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. I don't know. What does Dave Baines do when DMG plays Impact?
The coach's Impact.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really coach like DMG anyway. I mean, really.
I thought he was coaching them when they were in semi-pro.
Maybe more a little bit in semi-pro, but he definitely does not coach them because that's what, at least now, that's what Terry Fong. So Terrence Fong, he's their like coach, manager, man. Yeah.
And you're friends with all those guys, right?
Yeah. It's hard for Dave because he like, I don't know, he's got other shit going on, you know? It is very weird though when you're the owner of a team and like play for another one and like play the team. It is very weird.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But essentially they kind of don't interfere with each other. I mean, I think it would be a big deal if Impact or if DMG was good. I mean, if they were like top 3, it'd be very odd. But they're not, so it's kind of like whatever.
Still made Sunday.
And they kind of are. They kind of are the feeder team at this point. I mean, look at Tim. Like Tim Russellback now plays for Impact.
Yep.
So Tim left DMG to do that. So, but he was out like he was out at the practice this past weekend. Like he was out like kind of running tryouts and helping us. So
he still helps out DMG, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. There's also what Alex Rosati went to Impact, and then Rainey Stanzik went to X Factor.
Heat. Oh yeah, X Factor. I don't know. I was thinking Heat. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Impact is still Impact. Like they have their system, and that's what works. It's like when we look at like the Patriots. Like I don't know. I always talk about real sports. So the Patriots like aren't good. Like on paper they're not, but it's their system. Like they've figured it out. Like they know what to do every time, and that's kind of like Impact. Like they've got their system, and like they can add a couple new people to their system every few years. It works out because then what we're going to see is maybe Russellback and Alex maybe figure out how to play Impact style paintball. It takes them maybe 2 years, and then they're peaking for 2 years after that, and then they leave the team, and then they add 2 new people to like supplement those 2 guys that left, and like they can just keep.
I don't think Alex is ever going to leave Impact.
Oh no, I mean there's like certain guys who might not, like J-Rab or.
I could see. Well, yeah, Yakimax on the release. Daddy.
That'd be weird. They're like, you're cut.
See you at dinner.
Folding the team. That's what I worry about. I worry that like it's cool that we have these guys that get paid, but the only reason they're getting paid is because there's rich guys. Like that's sweet and all, but as soon as those rich guys go away, there's no money left. It's all gone, and nobody gets paid to play paintball anymore. Yep. That sucks.
And they're losing money, a lot of money
every single time. Yeah, every day they lose money on the team.
Now, I asked this, like, it was probably a year ago during one of the streams. What do you think the average income for a professional paintball player is?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say average because so many of them don't get paid. It just lowers the average down to like $400.
Yeah, I mean, between the pros that are getting paid, and
like the good guys, the good players are probably like I don't 100% know. It's not like I haven't been told directly how much guys are getting paid, like by that person in a while. But I would still bet that the well-paid players on Impact and Heat are still at $60,000 to $80,000 a year. Yeah, I mean they're not rich, but it's not bad. I mean they don't work. You don't really do shit. I mean, yeah, you get paid $80,000 and it's or 60 or whatever. And the guys obviously are working out and like putting in that time. But you have practice like every 3 weeks. And like a tournament 4 times a year, it's like you don't really do that much. It's not like, NBA players or whatever. Obviously they get paid more, but it's not like they got practice every day and a game every other day, and then they watch film for 4 hours in the morning. It's not like that. That's what it should be. That's what it'd be if I was pro at that level.
Dedicate everything you have to it.
I can put in physical work. I hate actual, like...
Mental work?
Yeah. I do. I hear about, like, watch all these, like, videos and about, like, putting in, like, time and, like, working harder. And I'm like, man...
That sounds boring.
Give me, like, a physical task. Like, if I'm like, oh, you're gotta get better at whatever running event. I'm like, all right, we'll figure out a schedule, and I'm, like, gonna work. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
So during your
I got no problem suffering.
your last video with the EMAC, you were using the Virtue base goggles.
Mm-hmm.
A, why? B, how do you actually like them?
Well, I used them because I tried to use some cleaner on my E-Flex to clean the inside of the lens, and it just screwed it all up, and I couldn't see out of it.
Well, that's a good reason.
So I tore off the inside thermal layer, and I could see fine. But I knew it probably wasn't going to work, so I put it on at the field, and then like started walking, and I was like, nope. It was already fogging up.
Fogged up, yeah.
Yeah, like instantly. I was like, nope. So the base was the only mask that I had a thermal lens for here that I could just take to the field that was cheap. I didn't want to just use an EVS or I got some brand new masks, but I don't really want them.
What's it, the one on the top left right there on your shelf?
That is the Virtue Vio Ascend AF. So it's just the like rental version of the Virtue Vio Ascend.
It just has the non-dual pane lens in it?
Yeah, it's non-thermal and it's super hard. Like it's just like a cheap hard mask.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not rubbery or anything. Yeah, I mean not cheap hard, but you know it's just like a rental mask. I mean the thing's like $28 or something like that. I didn't know they sent me that at one point for some reason, and I was hoping that it was the thermal version because I'd have used it, but it's a single pane.
Can you change the lens out in it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there was no like when I ripped off like when I like destroyed my E-Flex lens, it was like 10 o'clock at night on Saturday, so I was like, well, I had no choice. I was like I had to figure something out. So. The base. And I do like the base. I think the base is super comfortable. My problem with the base mask is this.
It's like the 5th time he's gotten up this stream.
So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to do that. Nope, that didn't really work. So my issue with the base masks is it's super comfortable and I like it, but the way that I shoot my gun, like I tend to get like my like, I don't know, tank really high on my shoulder. Like I'm not putting it right here. I tend to like get way high, like almost on my shoulder sometimes. And it just like, the tank just like hits the mask. So it's just too long. Like it's just annoying. I don't know if that's necessarily like the mask's fault, or I'm just not used to these masks that are like hard, right? I'm not used to that like hardness like this is. Yeah, I'm used to that rubber, so that maybe when I do get my tank up there, the mask is just kind of flexing around the tank or something. But what I'm going to do, though, is I want to keep this and actually use this. I'm going to take a Dremel and just like start cutting off the sides and see if I can make it smaller and fit like I want. Yeah, but these are awesome. It's like $32.
I think that would make a great mask if they made the bottom not cheap hard plastic.
Yeah, but then they start defeating the purpose. Because, like, you gotta think, this is made by Virtue, so...
Yeah, like, so then what's the purpose of the Ascend up there if they're competing with themselves?
Yeah, that too. But once you make this rubber, then it's even more confusing. Because now it's like, why buy the Ascend when you can get this one? Or, like, why buy the Contour? Or, like, not Contour. Yeah, Contour. It just gets weird. I don't know what this is. Like I'm not entirely sure the relationship with this company and Virtue, and they wouldn't entirely tell me.
Does Virtue know?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. But yeah. Like I know this isn't designed by Virtue. They did not design this mask.
They just produced it?
I don't know.
That's fair. They're
not very open about it, but it doesn't really matter because nobody cares. Like nobody cares about these products. I mean, this is like $30. Like most paintball players don't care about these inexpensive things. all they make is cheap stuff. Like they make $20 packs and like chest protectors and like that kind of stuff. So no one really cares. But I like them. I like this mask a lot. Yeah. It's
There's
just,
actually people at
flexible.
you know the team Just Us?
Mm-hmm.
I think coached or whatever by Alex Goldman or something like that. They use those.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The base stuff? That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Weird, I know. I couldn't tell you why.
They're great. I mean, I like it. That literally is my only issue. Is that when I like go to shoot, it's like pushes my mask up. And when I wear my GoPros, like I'll wear the GoPro. This is just kind of funny. That so the way that like any of you guys ever watch any of those gameplay videos, what you're seeing is a GoPro mounted directly on the barrel, and then I actually like take a GoPro and like shove it in my mask. So I actually like get it and like literally shove it in there. So it looks like that. The GoPro's literally in my mask. But the issue with that is that when I put it on, the like GoPro actually sticks out further than the foam. So there's just a big hard thing pressing on my forehead the whole time, and the foam is not touching anywhere. So it's literally like just this plastic thing pressing on my forehead, and I have to tighten the shit out of it because there's no surface area anywhere else. So it's got to be super tight. And like I got home on Sunday, and like there was like red. The whole front of my face was like red, and I was like wondering if I was gonna wake up in the morning with like a big ass bruise on my forehead. But it like hurt for like 4 days to like touch, because I have to cram the goddamn thing. So
why wouldn't you just use a mount?
I'm too tall. It lowers the like angle. I realize that when I'm playing like, and sometimes these first person things, I'm so big that it looks weird. Like I'm so much taller than everything that it looks kind of funny. And when I put it even taller on a mount, it's just even like that much bigger, and it looks even crazier. Yeah. Plus
I'm glad I don't have that
works.
problem.
It just works. It's like cool. It was the like forehead pain was much worse on this than on my E-Flex.
Well, that's why you had a headache.
No.
Oh, all right.
Because that was a different week. That was like, my headache was like 3 days before. Oh, now it's on now. It works really well though. It's like super easy to just like cram it in there.
I couldn't.
It just hurts a little bit.
I bet.
Anyway, it's like super late. What time is it there?
For me, yeah, 10:53.
We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, sir.
I think we're gonna end. It's been 2 hours. It's
That's the longest stream you've had in a while.
Ever.
Yes.
Ever? I do like this format. I like this. I think we need to clean it up.
Yeah.
Although I always need to clean up.
Well, we can talk offline.
I'm just so random.
Back and forth off each
Oh
other.
yeah, for sure. I know that's something that. Yeah, we can think about that because I've definitely. I'm watching Brad in the small window on Kyle's screen. Jake, thanks. Jake's still watching this. Thank you. Yeah, I know that's something that I've talked about. I wanted to have like one week where I would like say like 1 week it's just me doing whatever. I'm still recording. Turn this on. And then have like guest on the week after that, and like every other week have it be that or something like that. I don't know. Figure something out. But everybody who super chatted, thank you so much for your kind rent donations.
You're the real MVP.
Rent, food, electricity.
You don't eat meat, so it can't be that expensive.
Ah, yeah. Meat's not good for you. You shouldn't eat
It's too delicious to give up for me.
Oh. Our planet is being destroyed because of our meat consumption.
Yeah, we'll talk about that offline.
Look into that. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys. I don't know what videos are coming next week. I like to say I'd plan everything and I'm ready. I'm totally not. I'm gonna try and get this Empire 6 video up and done. Yeah, because those are out and you can buy those things. So hopefully Empire 6 video soon. If not, there will definitely be more videos coming at some point. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, who came by to this and listened to Kyle and I ramble. If you kind of liked and you're still around, if you liked maybe having two people here, leave a comment below what you didn't like, what you liked, maybe stuff we could do. I don't like the way this looks. We're definitely going to figure out a better situation on that, but yeah. Okay, I appreciate it, guys. Bye.